I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
Right, race number 7, 1600 hours over 1200 meters. We are racing on the turf, so it'll be quite interesting to see this race because it's a wide open affair. They are betting 33-10 the field with number 12 Rosh Kadesh, number 7 Rafa's Boy 5-1, Gorgeous Guy number 11 5-1, number 9 License to Thrill 7-1 with number 13 Beemanesque. And then number 4 Warrior of Royalty, that could be the value here at around 8-1. This is from the Nathan Kotson team. He's run behind the likes of Cooper Leeway. He ran behind Chocolate Soldier where the average rating was an 87. So he's a horse you've got to give healthy respect to. These, I'm going to give you my shooty in the race, which is number 2 Cabinet Shuffle at around 25-1. He's obviously a 7-year-old, so he's a horse that you can factor into your exactas and trifectas. I like the fact that he's come down to an 80, and he's the type of horse that if he can bring those King of the Gauls and Gladiatorian run, I mean, he ran 3.1 lengths behind Gladiatorian. He's run against some very, very nice opposition, so he's a horse worth throwing into the calculations. Along with number 3, Winter Games coming down in the merit rating system. But number 4, Warrior of Royalty, there could just be something about him on the day.
Yeah, and Esquivel winning, ride on subsequent winner from that form line. That's looking good. And he was coming off a very long break last time out. He actually galloped with Royal Victory at the Hollywoodbets Durbanville July Gallops. Because I went into the ring and I actually had a chat with the owners and they said, no, watch him on Hollywoodbets Durbanville July Day. He comes up in the last race. We expect him to run very well. And he ran a good race from the draw. So I'm going to say he's had a gallop, he's had a run, and now it's his peak run. Instead of saying it has his second run back from a break. That's the way you have to look at it. So this is the horse that I think could be the right horse in the race, number 4, Warrior of Royalty, and around 7-1. But you have to take a chance, and the place accumulator, I'm going to go with 2 runners, 7 Rafa's Boy, Garrett Van Zyle's runner. This horse's last start behind All the Time was a nice effort. There has been a winner to come up from that form line, License to Thrill. And then horse number 12, Rosh Kadesh, although poorly drawn, Keegan DeMello's got some choice mounts on the day. I don't know how many winners he's going to have, as I mentioned in the previous race, but I'm almost certain he will have winners for Dean Kannemeyer. And he knows this horse. That is the big plus. He's gone away for a whole season now, and some of these horses that he's riding, he hasn't ridden before. But this horse, he knows very well. In fact, he's won, both of his victories have been at Keegan DeMello. So I don't think there'll be much change with the dynamics on the way to ride him, etc. So I think numbers 12 and 7 going to be my PA numbers. I agree with you. For the pick 6 and jackpot, number 2 gets my vote, 4 gets my vote. This horse is trading at 40-1. Now, you like a 25-1 shot here. I don't know if we're going to be catching the right wave at the right time with this horse, Winter Waves, but look at his rating as a 2-year-old. I've watched him of late. I said, let me wait for the right race to come along before I can mention him with some confidence. From 103, I know he ran behind the likes of Sandringham Summit, give me another chance, but his 4-year-old career, he was ruined with that merit rating. He never had 1 win. In fact, he battled to run places. He had 2 places, I think, as a 4-year-old. He's now, as a 3-year-old, apologies. Now as a 4-year-old, he's come down to an 89, and his only win of his career has been over the course and distance. So they've been racing him over 1,400, 1,900, 1,700, trying all types of things with him. And last time out, I think the Real Prince looks like a really nice horse from the Kannemeyer stable. So, it could be, I'm jumping the gun, it may be a bit too early, maybe wait for him to drop down a few more points, but he's definitely worth a mention at 40-1. So you've picked up a 25-1 number 2. I've gone with a 40-1 shot as an inclusion number 3. So this race spells quartet to me. I think if we get these numbers to finish in the positions we like, this could be a big quartet to catch.
I think we're on the right wave here because number 3, Winter Games, that is in my top 3 selections. Number 2, Cabinet Shuffle, and number 4, Warrior of Royalty. And all of them are priced up at decent prices. Big odds, 40 to 1, 25 to 1, and 8 to 1. So let's take some boxed exactors. And as you mentioned, the Quartet Ds, if we can structure it right and they come in the top 4 and we get another bomb result there, it could pay 30, 40 grand.
And we saw this on Sunday, you know. In smaller fields, you just get that result, and these quartets pay exceptionally well. That is where the value is. There's options on the tote, guys. You know, you don't have to always go for the glory bet. The bet we all like to get is the hit on the head, which is the win. But you can often play around at horses where you don't have an outright selection. Like we don't have a horse that jumps off the page here, both Sheldon and I, as the win selection. But then Sheldon mentioned it before, you know, you can back 2 horses in a race. You can back 3 horses in a race. You can still make a profit. And this is a race in point.
100%. When horses are at those prices, you can back 3, 4 horses, have your each way bets on them, and you can still come out with a healthy profit. So what Deez and I are saying is race number 7, numbers 2 and 3, Cabinet Shuffle and Winter Games. They're the 2 lurkers in the pack. And then number 4, Warrior of Royalty. If he brings his A game, he could certainly upset at around 8 to 1. And then you've got Rafa's Boy and Rosh Kadesh. And then there's a few others in with chances.
That's the quartet.
There we go. These have summarized the quartet for us. And if it comes through, we'll all be sitting very, very pretty.
My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.